Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the books I read in February and the books I'm gonna read in March. I'm going to go in the order that my Goodreads says that I finished them. So the first book I read in February was Eliza Starts a Rumor by Jane L. Rosen. I really like this book. It's really good. It wasn't what I was expecting. It's multi-POV. And I really enjoyed this book. There's so many twists and turns and it's so good. It's about this woman who runs like a Facebook group, and whole thing deals with mental health, all kinds of different things. For me, this was like 4.5 stars just because it did take me a minute to like get into it. I started it like a couple times and then it wasn't until like this month that I really like got into it and finished it. But other than that, it's a really good book. Totally recommend. The next book I don't have, so I'm gonna use this just to like talk about it. I finished the Iron King and Iron Fae like first series. There's like a couple. There's like 3, I think. I finished the first 4. And specifically I finished the Iron Knight this month. I was borrowing it from my best friend, so I don't have it to like talk about. I really like the book. I love the series. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do. As you can see, Vampire Academy is like my all-time favorite series, so my best friend got me into this and I love the series. The Iron Knight was not my favorite of the 4 books, not gonna lie. I did really like it, but it wasn't like the one before it, which is my favorite, the Iron Queen. That one, 5 stars immediately. This one I'm gonna give 4 just because like I was reading it and sometimes I just like wasn't as into it, which makes sense because it's not like the same exact story. It's like other characters in the same, it's different and I like it, but just wasn't my fave. Next is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Obviously this book is so popular, it's really good and I really love this book. I give it a 5 stars just because if you've read it, you know it's a great book. I love the writing. This was my first book from Jenkins Reid. I actually just bought another one and I want to get more because I really love her writing and the way that she talks about things. If you haven't read it yet, I totally recommend it. Incredible, iconic. The end. The next book I read last month was The X Talk. I've been dying to read this book forever. I saw it when I was book shopping and I picked it up. Basically, as you can see, they have a podcast. So immediately I love this book just because I have a podcast. So I was like relating to a bunch of the stuff, but their chemistry, very good. Enemies to lovers, like you love to see it. I'd give it 4 stars just because I did love it, but like now I'm like getting a better gauge of like 4 or 5 stars and like what I would personally rate them. But this is a really good book. I totally recommend it. Really cute. Okay, the next book I read, another one that's been very popular, The Hating Game. I did not expect to love this book as much as I did. I thought it would just be another like, you know, good read. This is one of my favorite books, and as I was saying, this is to me a 5-star book. I really love this book, and at the beginning I was like, this is giving cringe, like it's not giving what I thought it would give, but I was only like 100, not even 100 pages in, and then after I finished it, like I just like was like, dang, like this is 5 stars. There were so many points throughout this book where I just wanted to like highlight, underline, annotate. Like there were so many parts that were really good and I loved or like laughed at that I don't really like do a lot when I'm reading. So this for me was a 5-star read. I love this book. I'm going to reread it and annotate it, as you can see. But this book, like I've truly never wanted to annotate a book more than when I was reading this, just because there were so many good parts. Like I genuinely laughed. It was just really good. I really liked it. I also watched the movie. I thought it was iconic. Also, there's something that Josh does in this book that is done in the Vampire Academy sequel series, Bloodlines, from one of my favorite characters, Adrian. He does something very similar to Josh, and I was like, immediate 5 stars. Like I love to see it, like that kind of thing. So good. The last book that I finished in February was It Happened One Summer. This is another book. I liked it a lot more than I was expecting to. I give this 4 stars. I think it's really good. I love the romance. It was so good. This book is a lot spicier than I was expecting it to be. Just like the cover, I don't know. It was good, but yeah. So naturally, getting into the books I'm gonna read for March, Hook, Line, and Sinker, the sequel to It Happened One Summer. I found this book early at Barnes & Noble, like an entire table, and I saw it and I was like, immediately grabbed it. I kind of like predicted and manifested that because I was telling my mom, I was like, sometimes I manifested this because I was talking to my mom before I went book shopping, and I was like, sometimes they'll like put books out like early even though they're not supposed to, or shouldn't, I guess. And I was right. There was an entire table of Hook, Line, and Sinker at the Barnes & Noble I went to. Obviously I had to get it. I already started reading it. I don't know if you can like, so I want to finish this. So far so good. Like, I really like this one. Another book that I started in February but haven't finished, I'm still at the beginning, but I really like it so far, is The Spanish Love Deception. This is another popular book. My friend has been telling me to read this forever, so I'm gonna try and finish this month. And then a book that I just got that also just came out is One Italian Summer. It's by the same author as In 5 Years, which I know is another popular book. I haven't read it, and we'll see, because if I really like this one, I will probably read that one. But this has been on my to be read since I saw like a description of it in December, and so it just came out like a couple of days ago, and immediately I saw it on the Target app and I got it because it's on sale. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this. Those are like my starting point books, just because I have a lot of books on my bookshelf, it's right here, that I haven't read yet but I'm going to read, or I want to read, and spring break is coming up, so like I don't want to be like I'm gonna read 10 books and then I only read like 2, because then I'm like disappointed in myself. But the goal is at least these 3. Any more will be great. Follow me on Goodreads, add me as a friend. I love to see what people are reading. I'm gonna link it down below. I wanted to show, I started annotating books. Like I said, I never annotate even when I had to, but I've been getting into it, and I got some of these tabs. They're see-through. I saw someone on TikTok have them, rude, and I couldn't find them in stores anywhere, so I got them on Amazon. I'm gonna link them down below with an affiliate link, so if you want to cop. I love these so far, and they do work with pens. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I will have my socials on the screen but also linked below. Thank you for watching. Peace.